Thank you all for coming. It's great to see new faces, old faces, all that, and huge thanks to the food co-op and you guys for putting all the spread together, providing the venue, and to the Kootenai Bakery Cafe co-op for putting the cake together.
It's co-op week, and I'm supposed to explain to all of you folks, most of whom I know are the most enlightened people in the community, why co-ops have changed the world.
Hello, my name is Colleen Matt. I'm the manager of the Kootenai Car Share Cooperative, and I think co-ops build a better world because they make people more accountable for their actions. They know where their impact is going. It really makes people more environmentally conscious. There's equal bottom line in co-ops, environmental, social, and economic. And I think all of that together really will improve our state that we're in right now.
I think co-ops are great because when you cooperate with everybody, you get things done a whole lot faster than you would if you do it by yourself.
So cooperatives are really important to me as an alternative to competitive forms of enterprise, particularly because nonviolence means so much to me, that we learn how to live with each other around the world and don't have to spend so much money, choose not to spend so much money trying to use violence and threats of violence on each other. But the skills that we can learn cooperating together are essential. And this model gives people the opportunity to develop those skills and practice them. So I think it's very important for building community at a local level and then internationally as well.
I got elected to public office in 1991. And some of you who are old will remember that the 1980s around here was a very tough time. And there were some people who thought that the Kootenays was not a good place to invest, and those would be the bankers and the capitalists and, you know, the people who want fast money. In 1991, co-ops, including this organization, had all three of the biggest building permits in the city of Nelson in 1991, because co-ops were the people who believed that you should invest in your neighborhood.
I think co-ops build a better world because they really speak to a really deep need that we have as humans to be part of community and part of a collective. And cooperatives give us a place to be together, to work together, to play together, to cooperate. And I think that's, as we're seeing in the demonstrations happening around the world right now, people are getting a little tired of competition and some of the downsides of that, and they're wanting us to adopt a more cooperative approach to managing our world and to being in our world. So I think the co-op movement that is so strong here is really full of hope for all of us.
Co-ops make a better world by existing for the communities that they live in and by serving those communities over and above anything, whether it's profit or convenience or anything else. They care about their members and they have concern for their community.
Recently, a really neat thing happened. Some of the older co-ops, like the one I belong to in Slogan Park Federated, they get kind of conservative. They've been around for 50 years and they start thinking that they should behave like Safeway or something. And then a whole bunch of new, younger people came along and decided to do a bunch of things that I never heard of, like a radio cooperative and a car share cooperative, and ideas that my generation hadn't engaged in, and kind of gave a jump start to this historic way of living. And then an organization, because there was a whole bunch of activity, an organization got started called the Upper Columbia Cooperative Council that said let's bring them all together, those like credit unions or federated that are older institutions, and the housing co-ops and the car share co-op, everybody, and then let's proselytize and try to make this thing happen, and we should be very proud.
My name is Zoe Creighton. I'm the coordinator of the Upper Columbia Co-op Council. And in response to the question of why do cooperative enterprises build a better world, I'd have to say because co-ops are built around the needs of people and not the greed of people. And being liberated from the desire to run a business for the purpose of making a profit, cooperators are allowed to make very thoughtful decisions which can take into account social and environmental as well as economic backgrounds, and it allows their businesses to be run from a place with a wider human-centered perspective than merely for accumulating profit.
I just think that working in a cooperative or living in a cooperative, it's the only way to build a better world, because it's only working together that we create ties.
A cooperative and social service agencies makes efficient use of scarce community resources.
I think cooperatives build a better world because they bring people together, and anytime people get together, you're always going to build a better world.
So, how do you change the world? That's what Zoe asked me to talk about. Well, you're doing it. Like that, there isn't 10,000 people here, but there's exactly how many people it always takes to change the world. Like, this is it. This is the cool thing. This is the alternative to the wacko nature of the power structures in Western world. Thanks for what you do, and keep doing it.
And I'd just like to say that this celebration today, Co-op Week 2011, has been fantastic. It's been great to see all of our local cooperators and credit union people out celebrating one another's successes, and it gives us a really good idea that it's the people behind all of these cooperative enterprises that really do make a difference in Nelson and around the region, and ultimately around the world.